Rebel. My name is Racy, and I'm going to be giving the messages for you today. These are general messages. Thanks, Mercury retrograde. These are general messages for Cancer and Cancerian energy. Okay, if you are not familiar with me or the channel, please understand I have no filter. I don't sugarcoat my messages. I just read how I read. So if that's not your thing, you got kids around, don't appreciate that kind of a message, I'm totally respectful of that. Always, you can sign off now if that's the case. Otherwise, Cancer. We are getting into these energies for February. So Spirit, please, what is going on with Cancer and Cancerian energy for February 2021? What is going on with Cancer and Cancerian energy for February? What is the deal? Cancer and Cancerian energy. What is going on? What is going on? All right, give me some clarifying card, Spirit. Okay. We've got the Nine of Swords on top with the Eight of Cups on bottom. Cancer. This is feeling, I feel like you're the way I'm reading the energy on this card, because the Nine of Swords is typically in anxiety. I think that you're using truths, light, truthful light, to kind of shield you or deceive others into thinking that you're not having a lot of anxiety. I'm feeling like you're bottling it. I'm feeling like you're bottling it. And the issue at the bottom of the deck is the inner child not feeling emotionally fulfilled and needing a wish granted. This is your own inner feminine, right? Because this child is, it's got short hair, but I always read it as a feminine. I can't help but think this is a young girl who is possibly dealing with her own masculine energies. Okay. I think a part of you feels like something's missing and you're trying to hide it. So let's get real. Let's get real, Cancer. Because right now, these cards, at the beginning, we have the Seven of Coin clarified by the Five of Wands in the reverse, which means you're not actually living the result or seeing the result that you wanted. And you're denying the fact or blocking the fact that you're internally conflicted. Trying to shove a certain amount of anger down. Now we know what happens when Cancer shove their anger down. It explodes. It explodes. This is about family issues. Family issues that I think Spirit is guiding you to talk about. especially because it's clarified by the Empress card, which is the mature feminine energy, the healed feminine energy, the master creator, the master receiver, the receiver of the creation, being able to receive the blessings of the reality that you're in. There's this underlying feeling of not being emotionally full, like something's still missing. That's why these old issues are coming up and Spirit's trying to guide you and protect you through them. I'm hearing something in the past needs to stay in the past. I think what you're holding on to is this idea or lost hope that the past can be integrated into your healed reality. Maybe there's a hope that it can, but hope's a bullshit word. I think you hope, but I don't think you actually have faith, which is the problem. Might be a past soulmate who's not on board. They're not on the same level, and maybe you're dealing with them because the reality isn't the way you envisioned it. This tree is not healthy. The family tree is not healthy. And you're trying to shove down how angry you are about that. Especially maybe in regards to children. If you're a mother, it could be the father of your children. Or vice versa. You know, if you're a man watching this, it could be you dealing with the fact that you're not happy with the mother of your children and what it's doing to the family structure you have. Not being at peace with it. Or the fact that it left your ability to make innocent heart space choices difficult. That your inner child doesn't know what the right choice is because how it felt making choices in a youthful state, at a youthful age. It's almost like you're constantly second guessing yourself on what to do in regards to how your head and heart feel. You don't know how to make the right choice. You don't trust yourself. Like a part of you would, in your heart of hearts, would want to include this past person into your present. Or your head would want to include this past person in your present, especially in regards to family. But the other part of you kind of might intuitively know or be picking up on it's a bad idea or it's not healthy. And the problem is if you don't listen to your inner masculine and let it be regal and make the choices it's meant to make, and you're grounding your higher perspective and not allowing your higher perspective to soar, you're looking at the Hanged Man's pose and stagnating and ending up in a cycle that ends with a sting every time. It fucking hurts every time. It's almost like you have to have a certain amount of pride in trusting your angelic or higher self and the higher perspective that it would give you. I feel like something from your past should not be in your present. It might be in the present of others, especially if it's family related, but not yours. I don't think you should have anything to do with this energy. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling instantly like you don't need anything to do with this energy. And if you have to deal with this energy, let somebody else deal with it for you. And if your past person doesn't like who you allocate to deal with it or who volunteers to deal with them for you, then they can fuck off. But I feel like your energy needs to separate from whatever this past is. Stop trying to hope for this person, or it's just double bullshit. I think you need to forgive yourself and you're having a hard time. You got to forgive yourself. with this Page of Cups in the back face. This is the apology or the offer of forgiveness, and I think you're having a hard time forgiving yourself for the choice you made that ever really involved this person and or created a family with this person. Because you were always the person that when they were wounded, when they were hurt, you were always the one that said, here, I'll help you, here, come to me. But they were so fucking wounded, and you were living in your dark place whenever they were around, because they're wounded. And if you were aligning with them, it was because you were wounded. Maybe your heart space as a child learned that it can save others, or learned to desire saving others. It's not your fault. You were attracted to the healing. You were not actually attracted to them as a person when they were in your experience. I think you're really healing the savior mentality, the hope. You're having to heal the desire to hope, because hope is bullshit. You're just putting your feet to the fire and making blind choices with your wounding. 4 of Coins clarified by the 2 of Coin. I mean, that 2 of Sword. 2 of Coins is juggling the reality and the ideal. You'll never hit the ideal if you're juggling. If you're making blind choices with your wounding involved, you're just putting your feet to the fire, and everything is holding up and stable because mentally you're making it stable, but you're burning yourself to do it, and your mind's in a maze. It doesn't know what to do because the inner child doesn't know what to do. It doesn't know if it should receive. It doesn't know if it should take action. It doesn't know what to do. And I think you're protecting yourself with little truths of light when really you're in a state of anxiety. It could be definitely concerning a masculine energy that's in the dark, with the Emperor under that, and the Queen of Wands energy that's under that. Like, this is needing to close your eyes and manifest your best in order to work your magic. And maybe you just have to cut somebody off completely and end the self-sabotage. Cancerian energy under that. You deserve to move forward. You deserve to be happy. Let it fucking burn so that you can rest and relax and retreat. Whatever this past energy is, it is so not in alignment with you. I just feel like it is so not in alignment with who you are today and where you're going, what you're trying to create. I feel like it's toxic to your energy. Every time this person's around, they end up fucking stinging you. Every time. To the point that you deal with them and you put on a good guise, but you really fucking hate it. Like, it goes against your soul to force yourself to be happy dealing with them. So listen. If it is tied to family or families involved, ask someone who loves you to be the person that deals with them. And let that person from your past know that they're not dealing with you anymore. You actually can't handle it, don't want to handle it. Not going to judge yourself for feeling that way. And if they don't like talking to whoever it is that is speaking on your behalf out of love and consideration of you, if they don't fucking like it, then they can just not communicate with either of you. And they could have their connections to the family anyway they have their connections to the family. But you've got to forgive yourself for going through that healing going through this no reward process. Like, this is not what you signed up for when you were attracted to them. You were attracted to the healing. You're not in that space anymore where you're attracted to what triggers your woundings. That's not where you are anymore, which is why it leaves such a disgusting taste in your mouth to deal with them. Let's get real. You fucking hate dealing with them. It reminds you of who you were, and you need to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for rescuing them in their dark place every time you were stuck in yours. Because that's when they showed up, when you were at your lows. They manifested when you were in a low place, when you were in an unhealed place, and every time you were attracted to them, it was because you were fucking low. And that says a lot. And now that you're not low anymore, and they're probably still down there in their fucking depths, and they keep popping back up, and they keep popping back up, it's like, no, I'm not going down there. I'm not bringing my energy down there. And they have a way of doing that. They have a way of doing that. So if you have someone in your life who loves you and is strong and can easily deal with them because they're unaffected by it, ask them for help, or let them deal with them because they've already volunteered to take it off your shoulders and you said, no, I can handle it. Stop lying to yourself. It's not that you can't handle it. You don't fucking want to. You're not being fair to yourself. Let it go. Let it go. It could be an ex-partner. It could be a child. But if you're not putting that higher perspective into practice, if you're allowing your ego to be wounded because it didn't work out or it didn't heal the way you wanted. Because even this lion, never really noticed it before. He's got what looks like scars on his side. They look like scars. And every time they're down, they pull you down with them. You need to forgive yourself for your past version who allowed that. You need to stop sitting there holding up everything with your mind when you're fucking burning. If they're a grown-ass adult, they need to be responsible for themselves. And you are not obligated or beholden to anyone. Forgive yourself. Don't judge yourself. Listen to your fucking intuition. It doesn't feel good. Listen to your heart space. It doesn't feel good every fucking time you deal with them. It doesn't feel good. That spirit saying, stop doing it. It doesn't feel good. It will ripple more shitty, not feel good in your experience. Guidance card, please. For Cancer. Especially with Mercury retrograde, like, people that are a part of our past might definitely be coming forward, and you just gotta say, like, fuck this. No. Like, no. Yeah, honesty is essential. You gotta be super fucking clear. You gotta love who you are and get back to your path and what you love. Straight up. Straight up, Cancer. We got 3-8 with 38, 8 and 3. Which technically breaks down to 11, 11 and 22. Master yourself, be the co-creator with spirit in your life, and relieve yourself of this. Don't let your past continue to play on your present, because then your past becomes your future. If your past didn't feel good, don't bring the not feel good into your future by allowing it to persist right now. To be a loving person, truly and honestly, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. You are a divine and a wonderful person, deserving of all the wonderful things that life has to offer. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. Everybody's grown. Everybody will be grown. You got to forgive yourself, and you got to be honest. Whatever the truth is, just fucking speak it. Even if it's concerning children. Even if it's concerning children. If the truth is the truth, that you don't want to deal with this person, or that you were a hurt person in the past, and this person was hurt in the past, and that's how you guys ended up together, because you were just two hurt people healing, attracted to the healing process. Like, you need to get real. You don't want to deal with this pain body anymore. You can't be putting on this face like you're okay when you're not. Something's missing. Maybe you have a child who's a masculine whose heart space is healing and feeling like there's a hole there. Like, either way, you got to face whatever this is. Because the more you try and hold everything up yourself with your mind, you're just going to end up burned. You can't just sit there and pretend like you're not burning, and that the fire isn't going to get bigger and worse. I definitely feel like your ego's hurt and you're not seeing the higher perspective. There might need to be the resurrection of a family situation or a conversation because of children that you've had. Really, the Judgment card clarified by the Empress, that's fucking real. Maybe it's not your place to interfere. But, you know, like if it's a ex-partner that you were dealing with, right, man or woman, it doesn't matter. Like, if you don't want to deal with them, that's fine. But the children still have to. You know what I mean? And it's just a matter of accepting the fact that even though you don't want to rehash this person in your life to that extent, doesn't mean that both parents don't equally still have a place for the children. It might not be the way you wanted it. It might not look picture perfect the way you wanted it, but you are eating down some anger at the self and denying the fact that you are facing an internal conflict, or that you're witnessing somebody else go through an internal conflict and you don't have all the answers, and you're not meant to have all the answers. Take it how it resonates for you. Take it how it resonates for you. Allow yourself to heal. Forgive yourself for whatever mistakes you feel you've made. And stop putting your feet to the fire, thinking you can let it sit all on your shoulders when you're in a state of mental confusion and you need help. Let the person you don't want to deal with heal with the people they need to heal with, right? They're a part of each other's destiny for a reason. They're a part of each other's life for a reason. They're family because family's family for a fucking reason. They have life lessons to learn with each other. Doesn't need to include you. You're not blood with them. They were a partner. But children is different. children is different. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. All right. Till next time, guys. Divine Rebel Racy signing off. Love each other. Love yourselves.